I'm sure if you've watched high-level Age of Empires, you're familiar with aggression. But there's a player that's been doing some crazy things over the last few months that I've been meaning to make a video about, but never had the time. Well, he's playing in the Gold League and T90 Titans League up against another up-and-comer. Incredible game. You are going to be glued to the screen for this game, my friends. Really hope you enjoy this one. And we have game number 2. Game number 2. In the red, we have Kingston, who now has 3 wins in the first 2 rounds of Gold League. Looking amazing. And then we have Overtaken. And Overtaken's gone for the Mongols. Now, remember I was talking about Overtaken in the previous game? Dude's insane with his uptimes. I would be terrified if I were up against Overtaken, with Overtaken playing as the Mongols. Now, he's running forward already, hoping to lame. He's veered off to the right side. It does look like some of the resources were here. Honestly, this matchup might come down to what happens in the first 14 minutes, because for the Mongols, it's about stealing as much as possible, and it is about killing an early feudal age. For the Chinese are always a civilization that, if they survive, can dominate. That boar is pretty far on the front, by the way. I don't think the boars are supposed to be on the front with our map script. We're gonna have to take a look at that. We do want laming to be allowed, but I don't think boars should be generating on the front. It's funny, though. Kingston, he lost a sheep back here, so he took this boar, and now Overtaken's going to loop around, and Overtaken misses that one. So in the end, Overtaken just stole 1 goose, and that's it. Did bring in his boar right away. I really like that with Mongols, because you're taking advantage of the hunt bonus as fast as possible. Map-wise, really good map, actually, for him. And a really good map for the enemy as well. I think the berries could be a spot of concern, but, like, back gold, back wood is fine. And Overtaken. He once played me and did 18 pop forward with Saracens. Saracens don't have a bonus for that. So, the big thing I'll look for is he going to get eco upgrades? Because with his forwards, he will skip eco upgrades, because the idea is to get so far ahead of you that eco upgrades don't even matter, because the game won't go on for a long time. Or at least he'll get far enough ahead of you where you have the eco upgrades, but your eco's in shambles, and then he doesn't have the upgrades, and his is more efficient. A good start for Kingston. Can someone go to... Can someone possibly go to AoE Nexus and compare Kingston and Overtaken and tell me if they played together a lot in the ladder recently? I don't know if that'll show that. Again, my theory is that they probably have not played each other a lot because of the times they play. Overtaken tends to play like earlier on in my day, and Kingston tends to play later in the day. That's interesting. Yeah, both about the same rating achieved on ranked. Both playing very well in some of these smaller tournaments. Both making it into Gold League here. And have looked good so far. But yeah, for the Mongols, it's about what can you do early. And this is going to be 17 pop for Overtaken, who was not able to overtake Kingston in the first game. And we have walls galore for Kingston. Very common with Chinese, but this is pretty insane. You start with more villas with Chinese. You just want to keep those villas alive. It's hard to go fast feudal with the Chinese because you start with 0 food. So and you wall up, you stay safe from any pressure, and then in mid-feudal age, you're normally feeling pretty good. T90 score. The score should be good, right? Did I miss something? I think the score's fine. Unless there's like, maybe I had it wrong and you're a little bit behind. Yo, Luis, thank you very much for the sub. Also had some shares today, some people sharing the stream. Lots of nice comments, lots of new people. Okay, so here's the forward. So, again, what he does to me is he'll place 1 tower, and he just goes heavy, heavy, heavy pressure with, like, Spearman Scout. Let's see, though. He hasn't placed a barracks yet. Here's the barracks. He could kill this Vill in 20 seconds. Actually, it would be very beneficial to have your scout on the other side of the walls. Okay, Kingston. Walling up. Overtaken trying to see. Is it open on the other side? What's the deal here? Could kill this Vil. Could kill this Vil, but it might be more useful to have your villager here. There's the stable. Here's the tower. He's going to go scout tower. Notice no eco upgrades. And also, notice what Kingston's done. This is good from him. He moved the villager to the other side of the wall. He's done his homework. The scout will not kill the Vil. Mark, save yourself. Mark has been saved. Okay, but now, like, if you're in Kingston's point of view, God, this is so stressful. I'm getting PTSD right now. Oh, God, Mark. Mark, what have you done? Mark, you're going to die. Ah. He was a good man. Yeah, now you can't rush this. And now this is going to inevitably be a problem for you, right? It's so fast. I think one of the most important resources to take away from Chinese is probably the berries, because they need the food to get all their eco-techs and make some military. And oh my God, he's in. And just like Mark before, Michelle is gonna... Oh, she survives. Now, again, he makes it so he never goes to stone to make another tower at this stage. That's been my experience. So he just goes all in. I'll be curious on the TC idle time, though, because in a while, Kingston's not going to have food. And he's just a madman. Overtaken is an absolute madman. And that house gets taken out. Now the scouts could run around. Meanwhile, at home, he's still taking some turkeys, placing a couple farms. But what would you say? Whose eco is better? The Chinese player hasn't been able to research any eco techs. And, ooh. Scouts now gone down, and these villagers are still running around. That said, I think re-walling this is really nice. We'll see if that actually works. And getting the berries back is really nice. But now, oh, he should have walled the wood line. I think he's trying to do so many other things. He just forgot about the wood line. He is bringing spearmen over. The problem is villager beats spearmen in a 1v1, and Overtaken is completely fine with fighting with Vils. Also, this tower needs to hit the repair Vil. Well played from Kingston. He knows more units coming in here would be a problem. Now Overtaken's weakening the spears, though. Okay. Does he go to stone? I'm kind of studying as well, because I have watched some of the wrecks when I played Overtaken, but we'll face him at some point. Again, it's a fun matchup, right? Because the Chinese are better as the game goes on. The Mongol hunt bonus is gone now. And now Overtaken's trapped in here with Vils. So, not really an ideal spot for these villagers. And the fact he still can't get more units in here is a problem. I think if you're Kingston, you might just want to wall behind this. Like, I don't know, it's tricky, but maybe like this? Oh, now the scouts have looped back. And now these villagers... Oh, geez. Oh, man. Oh, these villagers are... There's so many exposed villagers. Meanwhile, over here, we have the fight continuing. Guess the scouts also have to move around so don't get hit by the spears that these villagers have to run. This is so difficult, but what a great job from Kingston. He's holding his position. He's chasing the scouts. Also here, they're still fighting. That's the 4th villager that has been killed this game. It's 3-1 for Overtaken, who's still looping, and he's trying to get the weak Vils. Doink! Nope, can't kill her. Doesn't want to lose the scouts. These villagers are running. This is amazing. Oh, the micro! Go get her. Doink! She's dead. But a scout has died in the process, and now there's still weak villagers here. Oh, my God. Oh, wait, that scout could die. No, it's still alive. And the villagers are still going. He's obnoxious, man. His micro's insane. He's so patient with it. Nope. There she goes. She's got to loop back, though. She's going to die again. Ah! Oh, God, but now the rest of the scouts could come in here. I love this so much. Vils are still running around. Oh, wait, weak villager. Doink. Oh, she's not dead yet. Oh, now she'll die. Oh, my God. This guy's an animal. This guy's an animal. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to ruin the flow, but I have to look. How's his eco? His eco is actually amazing behind this. He is unreal, man. Okay, let's continue. This is unbelievable. And, like, the thing is, for Kingston, he doesn't want to... Oh, finally. I was going to say, he doesn't want to cut his losses. Because if he just kills those scouts, then he's fine here. But I still think... I mean... okay, now overtake and save this villager. So now you've got an overtaken villager in the back of your base. Have fun with that one. I still think that maybe just walling like this and just taking the other side of the berries or something would have been better. But my God, it's not easy, man. I've done so many crazy things against this player. And his uptime in Castle Age always kills me. He does a lot of damage, both in villager kills, but also with the annoyance factor. He doesn't allow you to take your resources as you would want. And he's untouched the entire time. And again, 0 eco upgrades usually. Though it looks like he rushed one later. I've been meaning to make a video on Overtaken for a while, so this might end up being it. Because he does this in ladder. And so I will, if you remind me, guys, I will show you the win rate for Overtaken. And I might even, we'll see if we can get an edit into this point of the video if this hits YouTube later. But yeah, it's wild. And now poor Kingston's just like, okay, we survived. And now Overtaken's on the way to the next stage. Yeah, I think his win rate is 90% before 20 minutes. And now he's making a stable in the back. Oh, God. Oh, see, Kingston's sending an archer. This timing is so important. Let's see, does Kingston, does he hesitate? Ooh, wait a second. That stable will not go up. That stable will not go up. He deletes it. We'll just run away with the Vill, but yeah, that Vill's going to die. Great job from Kingston. And, all right. So, where's the next Vill? We actually have a range for Overtaken. Interesting. I was wondering if he was going to maybe come forward with the Siege Workshop. Sending more villagers to wood right now. Very important, he doesn't reseed his farms if he wants to go archers. He's got more than enough food now. I was thinking maybe Cav Archers is the play for him now. I'm not sure. It feels like it has to be Cav Archers, right? Because he's about to hit castle. Overall, KD is 9-8, but it does not tell the full story of this game. And here, we'll just see a little house wall behind. The fun thing is, you could actually be fine here for Kingston. As well, as long as you don't take damage, right? You've got stone, you've got gold, you've got plenty of farms. Your eco upgrades are cheaper. You have lots of options with the Chinese over the rest of the game. We're going to have Cav Archers for Overtaken being massed now. And Kingston, he doesn't actually... Does he know where Overtaken is? I think this is a spectator thing. I'm not even sure that he knows where Overtaken is. Because remember, his scout was at home. And now there's a knight. And that knight is going to start to attack the palisade walls. And the Cav Archers are going to sit behind the palisade walls. So Kingston might say, as he lost a Vill there, he might say, let's just wall behind this with a couple palisades. And we'll be fine here. And so here he is. Meanwhile, the scouts are hitting all these different palisades to be annoying. And now the Cav Archers arrived. And so now the walls behind is going to be a tricky thing. And now you're just reacting again. Do you think this is the proper play, though? Tower, I don't mind this. And then walling this is a definite thing he needs to do. And he needs to click up to Castle Age as well. He actually has the buildings. Just sold food for some reason. Maybe sold a little too much. Stressful times. Can't save his army here. Up to Castle Age. So now Overtaken's got time to mass his units. Time to do damage here. But he can't get in. I think we'll probably see a Cav Archer or two arrive this way. So you can have another ranged unit over top of the house. Now, let's see what the choice is for Kingston. Kingston knows that. So Kingston is now going to drop another tower. Now, he had to buy this stone, which kind of stinks. But he could buy another 100 stone and make another tower. But then at that point forward, he's going to have to buy 200 stone to make a tower because of the cost. Okay, Overtaken sitting behind this wood line. Like we expected, Overtaken coming this way. Towers will keep Kingston protected. But for how long? Also, just rewalling this here. We now see siege coming forward. And like this eco is designed to kill. This is not an economy that is, I would say, a normal economy. If you were to look at normal pro games. He's exceptional on Arabia. And in the previous game, for those that missed it, we'll have the full set in the description if this ends up hitting YouTube. He also had like very interesting approach. And he won 3-0 the first round here in Gold League. Here comes the siege now. I think what you, like, if you see the siege, you probably need to make your own siege if you're Kingston. It has to be your own siege. I don't think you can go knights and camels. You just wouldn't be able to get the mass. And there's the siege workshop. T90, what would you do from now on if you're in Kingston's place? I would add siege, and I would defend, and then by the time I finally push my way out, Overtaken would have a 25 vil lead, and then I would say, how do you keep doing this to him, and resign. That's probably what would happen. Here's a crossbow. Yippee. Yippee hooray, little crossbow. Looks like Overtaken has seen it. But yeah, siege is the correct play here. Because siege and any form of range can keep yourself defended. The issue is you need really good trades. So, with 2 siege weapons here, and, scouts, knights, all this stuff, you need to make sure that every single shot that you hit from here lands and is better for you. You do see a TC for Overtaken. Now, in theory, right, like, if he starts to invest into the eco a bit more, his attention might be taken away from some of this. So it is manageable right now. This is also really good. Cheaper tech's helping a lot. Kills both of those. And we still have ourselves, believe it or not, a very, very close game. Mexican up-and-comer Kingston. Showing what it's made of. Overtaken, loses the Mangonel. And that's, oh my god, that's exactly what you needed. That's exact, oh wow, thank you, villager, that was nice. But yeah, it's exactly what you needed. And you've got this pressure, though, wherever you go, you have to be scared that he's going to hit you somewhere. We do have 2 TCs now for Overtaken. That's what he needed there, Kingston. Maybe even a world where he counterattacks now. Because if you think about it, siege can defend him everywhere. And oh boy, here he comes, sneaky, sneaky. He has to attack the scout and the knight, though. So now Overtaken will know about this. And I think Overtaken, he does not want to play this dancing game. Or this chasing game too long. So he's going to try and put an end to this. And he's dropping a TC there. How many palisade walls have we seen from Overtaken? That's the other thing that excites me about the guy. Is he is a player designed around beating the walls. At least when it comes to... Okay, he did make palisade walls here. But at least when it comes to Arabia, right? You have to wall a bit more on some other maps. Whew. T90's win rate under 20 minutes is 20%. Overtaken's win rate under 20 minutes is 80%. Yeah, we're basically opposite players. The longer the game goes, the better I am. The earlier the game is, the better he is, for sure. This is great micro from Kingston, though. It's probably why I appreciate it so much as well. But, it adds an extra flavor to it when I have played against them a lot, right? That's why I get so passionate about these guys. 55 villagers versus 52. And Kingston is on the second TC, is on stone, might recoup the cost or the loss of some of the towers earlier. Might even end up making a third TC soon and keep things competitive here. The wood upgrade for Castle Age is in for Kingston. Guys, this game is incredible. This game is incredible. I can't believe Overtaken didn't kill Kingston. And this could still go either way. Does feel like it's going to head towards Imp, though. I've never known Overtaken to be one to get relics early. I know that you guys will think about that. Like, I would think about that right now. If the game's going to go late, you probably want relics. But it's more so farms with the wood. Never really placing that monastery. Still wanting to apply a lot of pressure here, obviously. Cav archers are very weak. T90, I have a question. I feel it's generally believed that CA always beat crossbow because of extra HP, but why crossbow's extra range a factor in such huge fights? Well, it's also the firing speed, right? Don't crossbows fire... I mean, a lot of it's cost, right? But the thing about cav archers is the peak is greater in the long run, right? I just think crossbows are so cheap that you can get, and that extra range, you can just squeak out a couple more hits that it ends up being better in most cases. Unless the player's faster to cast leads like we have here. You know, the lower the elo, probably the better cav archers get because players aren't able to spend their resources every second. The HP on a unit, the range on a unit doesn't matter as much because the micro's worse. But, I mean, again, the answer to everything is it depends here, right? And I think Kingston's in a good spot. Having ballistics, he's in a good spot right now. Push some of this back. Now ballistics is in for overtaken as he runs away from a shot. Now he does have an army on either side of this. So Kingston's moving forward because he feels the need to counterattack. And oh man, did he actually see that? I think he did. He's dodging it. He's picking off the CA. Bloodlines is in, by the way. Kingston's micro is insane. But overtaken says, I've got it too. Now some of the cav archers here were weak though. That's the problem. The big thing he wants to take out is the crossbows, though. He doesn't care about the siege. He's got siege. He wants to take those crossbows. So Kingston running home is really helpful. Yeah, the other thing that was just mentioned that makes the crossbow play strong is just the fact that you can make a mini version of it in feudal. So it's a momentum thing. If you could make whatever, I don't know, like if you could make some type of tiny cav archer in feudal and then upgrade it immediately in castle, obviously it'd be very strong, right? Guys, 32 on food for overtaken. 19 for Kingston. He takes the lead from you early feudal, beats you to castle. You can hang with him. And then he could beat you to imp as well. Obviously, Kingston catching up. Good fight there. Kingston has so much potential. And we are going to see a forward castle from Kingston. This guy is an absolute nightmare for anyone to play against, man. And before people ask, he has taken wins off of most of the big names out there. Again, I've been meaning to bring some of those games to you. I don't know too much about him apart from his taste in books, which I think I told that story in the previous game about I was in a game with him and I had to take a phone call and he just sat there and read his book as we paused, which was really nice. It's like a motivational book, I think. I don't know. Anyways, and I don't know like his age or anything, but I do know he's been playing the game for years. He didn't go by Overtaken until 2 years ago. He had a different name on Voobly, and maybe someone else out there knows, but I forget. Okay, Overtaken. TC on the stone. 99 villagers versus 92, because one of his town centers can't produce villas as he goes imp. But this castle spot is amazing. That crossbow number is really high, though, for Kingston. I don't know if any imp army is going to be able to engage against that number of crossbows. Overtaken needs to be careful here. And I think he knows it's there. Oh, he clicked his full group that way. They path towards the crossbows. He does realize he dodges. He runs away. Yeah, Draken is in Gold League. Draken's in well, they're all in tough groups. But yeah, Draken's, I think, in Group A. Maybe Group B. If you're watching live here, I do have the unspoilered brackets you can look at. I think the only set Draken played was up against Nilly. He won 2-1. That's actually on my YouTube channel. God, what a game, man. This is such a sick game. I feel like any engagement you take with Bracer and Chemistry before these crossbows get upgraded is so important. And obviously the Trebs here is also really important. Couple Cav Archers here getting kills. Push continues in from Kingston. Siege is now very ineffective against this number of Cav Archers. So there goes the Siege. Ooh, the timing here is going to be huge. Also, did that Treb just go... Or was that a Mangonel? I can't really tell. I think that was a Mangonel that went down there. Right. What do we have? 1200 HP versus 800 HP. I think you want to wait for all three of these upgrades, ideally. Wait for those upgrades to hit. He'll probably just wait for one of those to hit, like Thumb Ring and Chemistry, maybe. This eco is wide open for raids right now, but Overtaken's been pulled off of a lot of his resources. Now he starts to take the fight. And let's see how these crossbows do. And with the HP, it's pretty close. There's so many crossbows in here. They stack. And Kingston, with the micro, look at this fight. It's actually not bad. That's the thing, is the crossbows are just so cheap. Cav archers are so expensive. And Kingston behind this is making more army. He's expanding to the right side now. Overall, I mean, one of the best games I've seen in all of Titans League so far. This is unbelievable. The castles continue to go forward. A hugely important fight for Overtaken to win. Like, he needs to deal with this so he can continue to focus on the front. Obviously, on the opposite side of things, Kingston needs to win this fight so Overtaken can't focus on the front. And who says Cav archers are good with Mongols? Because that extra firing speed didn't really seem to matter in that engagement. That micro from Kingston was unreal. But it does get cleared. It does get cleared. Now, for Kingston, there's some big problems. He can't take his stone. He can't take his gold in the front. He is backed into a corner. And now Overtaken's got some good control. But there's an army here. And Overtaken needs to run away. So you see the wood count for both of them. They're actually both in similar spots where normally what happens is if you have your eco rated, you're pulling vills and you just go build a lumber camp. So they go work, right? So they actually both need more food eco right now. And Kingston's not going to be able to make that many skirms or get the final armor upgrades if he doesn't have more food eco. So you're going to see it. I'm waiting for a bunch of farms to show up here. But this little ball has actually gotten a lot of value. And also, he's remaking mills for these farms. That's where most of his farming eco is. More Cav archers for Overtaken. This is where he can start to drop off a little bit as a player. Games don't normally go on this long for him. And he canceled that castle. He's now placing it. That could be denied. It's 21 army versus 35. There's just not a lot banked up for Overtaken. And Kingston, he's massing trebuchets here. Kingston is in this game. Wow, man. I'm equally amazed by both of them. I'm amazed at how well Overtaken is played, but how Kingston has been able to stay alive. I think for your average viewer, my channel, if this would have been like Overtaken versus name any top 5 player, I think the majority of you guys would just be like, oh my god. I think what the top 5 would maybe be doing right here, though, is just that farming eco I've been talking about. We'll see. A lot of attention here on these castles. 150 population versus 130 population. This skirmisher force is so annoying when you don't have food eco. How are you going to kill it if you don't have food eco? You need to get farms going. But you want to push. The thing about Overtaken is his push. You're never going to take a position from him. You have to somehow go to his base and let him have some of yours. Trebs trying to take out Trebs over here. Cav archers now making a move forward. This castle could be lost. I think you can be okay with losing this one. What you don't want to lose as Kingston uses the skirms against the siege. Sick. Sick. What you don't want to lose is the second castle, obviously. That army still being unaccounted for. The Cav archers taking fights against skirms. Not having that final armor upgrade is so painful, though, guys. You need to have that so they can tank the shots from Cav archers or any archer. That's what makes skirmishers strong. It's still not bad, though, because he still has most of the armor upgrades. And the more you start taking fights in this scenario, the more you're telling me that you don't have confidence that you can win the game if this fight isn't actually victorious for you. This army has to be dealt with. We have the garrison. The villagers have to run away again. 128 pop, 155 pop. It's the Trebs that Overtaken wants to take. But can he do it? He backs away, so he has his own Trebs. This is ridiculous. That food eco is looking better. Chemistry now on the way, which will make the skirmish better for Kingston. Still, the Trebs continue. The villagers repairing here is so important. And I think Kingston's giving up on it. I think he feels maybe he will start to lose his Trebs if he doesn't get out of here. So he wisely picks up and leaves. Overtaken's always got army in queue, always focused. And now he's going to clear this finally And now he's going to drop that castle, which he wanted to drop before. This is crazy pressure, crazy action. Okay, I think, even though it's overtaken, this is actually at a point where we're going to see a bunch of farms. Similar to in Castle Age. Oh, God. Oh, no. What's happening? Oh, my God. No way. What's happening? Are you kidding me? Oh, he misclicked the palisade wall there. Oh, God. Okay, I think that we will start to see the food count go up for overtaken from here. He's got a lot of wood income, a lot on wood. He now is not under immediate threat in this castle. Normally, I think you see farms here. What's the wood price right now? I don't know. Yeah, there's the farms. And he's now thinking, now let's make a switch. So it's very important that I stress the timing on these, because a lot of people were probably saying, well, why didn't he switch? Because then he wouldn't have the Treb micro, he wouldn't have the production, he wouldn't be able to have done everything else. But now that he could breathe, now he can add the farms, now he can add the stables, and now Kingston needs to kill, right? So Kingston, he actually, because these guys are so good, he knows he's vulnerable to a light cav switch. He knows that the eco is probably looking better for overtaken for all the reasons I mentioned. And so he instinctively starts to make crossbows, which are better against light cav than the skirms. And here he comes. 140 pop. He's got great army count right now. It's just he doesn't have the eco. But for overtaken, his army has not been very effective here. And overtaken is losing this ground. He's lost the castle. He's lost his Treb. This is unbelievable. This is crazy. What a game, man. I mean, we went from a really good game, from a best of, a play all three, from Titans League, and I'll say, okay, this will go to the main YouTube channel, to like, I gotta gauge my thoughts on this. One of the best games I've seen all year. This is crazy. Castle here for overtaken. Still no relics. That is one thing that I think both players should have been trying to do. And he just has to back away here. And he's just going to wait, because he knows those Trebs are coming. And this is probably where the game will end on either side. There's 5 Trebs. It is so crucial for overtaken to take out these trebuchets. But can he? He's got a lot of stone to repair. Can he do it? He's actually going to head right to this gold, I think, with his light cav and cav archers. He knows that Kingston's been low on gold. He's also trying to take this gold right now. So he's clearly not able to notice that at the moment. Trying. Now he's repairing. Fighting with the CA. Sending light cav over. The cav archers are on the gold. The light cav back into the farming eco. This is ridiculous. He'll lose the castle, though. And he's microed back and forth with the vills. But I love this. I love how the light cav hit the farms. I love how the cav archers hit the gold. He does lose that position, though. It's 175 pop. There's still units in queue for Kingston. And I know Kingston's low on gold. But if he could maybe just get this gold back, there's a chance. The Arbalest will slowly be able to pick off some of this, but he's selling food for gold right now. And we have Hussar now for overtaken. The Mongols have more HP on their Hussars. So if straight Hussar is an option, straight Hussar could do really well. There's not that many ARBs. It feels like this group, though, could still take out the cav archers. And that could be a big problem for overtaken. Overtaken losing his cav archers. He's getting the raids in. He took his opponent off of golds. But now he can't take golds. And he doesn't really have much protection at home either. This is crazy. Kingston can come back on gold. The main forces are now squaring off. Overtaken will send all of his new Hussars here. He has more farms now. Kingston didn't trickle Treb. And he's thinking about adding light cav as well. The thing about light cav, I'd say, from his position is it doesn't necessarily suit the type of game this is for him right now. He needs more of that death ball. And he's got some of that here. What is happening, man? What is happening? What is happening? All those castles that were forward from overtaken. He needs them at home. And this is his farming eco. This is his farming eco. Holy crap. Kingston back from the dead. How? He doesn't have any gold right now. It's just that big massive Arbalest is so important to him. Guys, crossbow, arbalest, cheap upgrades. The units themselves much cheaper than cav archers. Our meta is driven by crossbow and arbalest right now. There's a lot of conversation. Is that too much? Is Chinese too much? There's so many different things that people are talking about right now. But this game, it seems like this is actually going well for Kingston, but it keeps going back and forth because I'm not so sure now. He still can't take gold comfortably. And Overtaken could maybe make more hussars. I mean, wild stuff. We got more farms in the back, stone on the side, villagers heading over here. They're going to make a stable so they can raid this area. The hussars come in here to raid. Kingston's actually just going to take gold right here right now. If anything, I think the move that I would have liked to see from Kingston is maybe pikemen. And, oh my god, the GG's actually called. I would have... Wait, what? No! I actually don't think this is over quite yet. I think this game... I mean, Overtaken still had the lead, in my opinion. And I'm sure Kingston was feeling super vulnerable with having 30 of his villagers here on the gold. But I think he misjudged this. I think he believes Overtaken's at like 170 pop. And that these stables are filled with 6 hussars each. And that he's going to lose. Like, I know he's been with his back against the wall for a while. So I think that that's in the back of his mind. But I honestly don't think he's dead just yet. I think it could happen. But with the food count for Overtaken, I don't necessarily think it was. What a ridiculous game, though. Sad that it ended right there. I mean, you know, again, he's hussars everywhere. Going to get hit more. He lacks the siege to push right now, guys. He lacks the siege to push, so he's not able to do a ton. His arbalests have to stay in the same spot. But God, man, that is a game that shows how good Kingston is as a player and how good Overtaken is as a player. Again, for those, you know, unsure on kind of what's going on here in this game, this is a play all 3 in my new league format. In the Gold League. So the top 8 in this league will eventually move on to Platinum with the big boys. But yeah, that's crazy. That was a ridiculous Arabia game. I mean, the scout micro from Overtaken was that 1 weak scout microing against all those weak vills was just the thing of dreams. And the way Kingston was even able to keep his villagers alive was also incredible. I just want to rewatch this game. I don't want to do anything else. God. Did he play a 1 hour challenge? Maybe. It just went over 1 hour game time. God, that was so good. These players are amazing. Here's a look at the stats. There's the KD for you. I think something that Kingston did a fantastic job of was, well, I mean, I could list a million things, but I think in particular was his eco. Playing from the back, so playing from home and moving out, generally allows you to have that. For whereas like Overtaken, you know, the forward castle, the forward towers, playing open, it's harder to have the good eco if you ever get hit because you don't have like a real defensive structure to your base. Like these castles being an example, I guess. Obviously he only has a corner, but yeah, I wanted to see the resources collected. Overtaken did collect more of everything. And we're talking a lot more, at least when it comes to stone and gold. He did lose 3 castles though, right? He lost 3 castles. I know he still had more in the bank. I'm curious on their speed. Apparently, they're both maniacs, but Overtaken speedier with the military side in particular. And yeah, this makes sense for the game, right? I don't believe that this is a peak of 293 APM. Maybe it is. This was probably when he was microing earlier in feudal, but this is the tale of the game. Kingston, also with the Chinese, makes sense. More of an eco defensive approach. Mongols, more of an aggro aggressive approach. Great showcase of the civs, great showcase of the players. And if you don't like this video on YouTube, I'm pretty sure the next villager that you use to bring in a boar will probably die to the boar. I don't even care if you get loom, okay? That game was just incredible. And also, for people who watch this game, the full best of or play all 3. Game 1 was really cool. Game 3 is coming up. That'll be in the description. I actually have a 3rd YouTube channel called T90 Extras where I upload a lot of this event and any extra stuff instead of the individual games. So, The next game will not live up to that expectation. It will not match what we just saw there, but I'm sure it will be good. So check it out.